patch 3.19 notes. Here we go. The Seraphine slaughter. Let's go. Oh, nothing is really loading. Okay, Varus. We don't need the image. We know what Varus looks like. Okay, target 8+ allies to target 7+ allies. I'm not sure about this. I think this, like, Varus is already pretty good in my opinion. However, with some of the nerfs like Saga Seeker, maybe Pantheon nerfs, like Pantheon Dex getting nerfed, Rally getting nerfed, that might mean that this is necessary for Varus to make him or keep him playable. I will say, I wish Kayn also got a buff, because I think Kayn has always been worse than Varus, but it's a good start. All right. Jinx now creates her first Super Mega Death Rocket on level up. Cannot create another one that turn. This really doesn't matter, the second part, because very often you're leveling Jinx with like a Poro Cannon, and then you have to play the 2 Poros in order to get the rocket, and you often don't have mana for that. So this is big. This is actually a really, really big buff. I actually love this. I don't know if this is enough to bring discard aggro back. However, I'm going to try it out. Jinx has struggled to be competitive for some time. Turns out emptying your hand is a hefty price to pay. We're giving level Jinx SMDR, Super Mega Death Rocket. SMDR, get it? Okay. Up front to reward her Gambit, even if she doesn't stick around to see the explosion. Yeah, that's cool. I like this a lot. I don't really think it's enough, but it's a necessary quality of life buff. Great to see this happening. Wait, editor's note, a small peek behind the curtains. Our designers are working until the last wire turning things to ensure we hit the meta with the strongest swing possible. As such, sometimes they don't make it on the image in time. TLDR, Ibero snuck his way onto the buff list and Ionian Hookmaster onto the nerf list. Okay. Right. Wait, strategist, hold on. All right, I'm going to ignore that. Jax, equipped allies have dealt 50+ damage to 12+ damage. Wow. That's pretty big. I felt like Jax very often leveled pretty quickly. Very often, though, I'd be stuck at 14 damage, and I couldn't level Jax, and then Jax would get removed. This is a big buff, though. Jax has been playable in the Masha decks, and Demacia is getting some hefty nerfs, so it makes sense that they're doing this. I'm happy with it. Jax has been unplayable, so that's great. Good for you, Jax. I quite like playing Jax. I think Weapon Masters are fun. Snip, snip, now drains 2 minimum. Yeah, makes sense. This was coming. They said this a while ago. So the Gwen buff is just more of a really, really small adjustments that will often not matter. And I'm happy about that, because Gwen is already strong. I don't think she needs to be stronger. Okay, Seraphine. From you've played 6+ new spells to 9+ spells. They literally increased her level up requirement by 50%. 50%. So I made a Twitter post, a tweet longer even, and I said that the new keyword, the new keyword where you have to play new cards is fantastic, because instead of just putting in multiple cards that act like Mystic Shots, multiple cards that act as protection, you now have to actually create cards and play them, instead of just letting them sit around until you sometimes get value and leveling Seraphine, which were main deck cards anyway. This will actually make it so that it matters what cards you create. I'm very, very happy to see this. This is an awesome change. It's obviously a big nerf, but I think it was necessary, because you saw what decks became meta for Seraphine, and this is exactly how you get those a little more in line. I don't even think it's too hard. Like, if you look at how powerful her level 2 is, she's a 2-mana card, dude. She can't just come online on turn 6 and OTK you. That's ridiculous. At least now it'll be a little bit later, unless you go all in on playing those created cards, unless you go all in on just spell slinging so you can get your Seraphine. And then, yeah, that's the payoff, right? This will still absolutely be playable. 100%. Good change. Fan Club President from 4 to 5. Yeah. So I was actually, last time we talked about making the Manifest a Spell be from the 4 mana pool instead of the 5 mana pool, but that was very often a buff. You have really strong cards there, like even Avalanche for one, but you also have cards like Bastion. You have the card that heals by 4 and then gives +4 health. I think the 4-cost pool is pretty good. Rallies, yeah, rallies too, sure. So 5 cost, sure. This is a good enough nerf, I think. This is great. If Seraphine is getting nerfed, it must be the cool thing to do. We're looking to soften the more random-driven aspect of Seraphine package to make playing against her less frustrating. While Fan Club President stood out as the loudest offender, we will be keeping an eye on this package as a whole over time. 5 mana 2/2 is really, really harsh. Yeah, that's almost unplayable. So, and you know, that's what I want for this card. Fan Club President is ridiculous. Nobody likes playing against this. It doesn't need to be strong because it's just frustrating. The card is fun to play, probably, but you know, it still has the same effect. So, you know, just pay 1 more mana and you still get your stupid broken card. Tumble from 3 to 4. That's a pretty big nerf. So we saw Vayne on the buff list as more of like a QOL list, QOL buff, like the developer said. So this is pretty big. I'm not like super happy with how fast it will still get discounted and the fact that it can still go to 0 mana for a Tumble. But, you know, unless you level Vayne, this will actually matter. I'm happy with this, yeah. Vayne, reduce the cost of Tumble by 3, reduce the cost to 0. Yeah, it makes sense. It's like part of this. Still, leveling Vayne is going to be very powerful, but by that point, you've probably already won. Lee Sin from 8 to 10. Awesome. Also very good. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm reading like the first sentence of this developer note with the introduction of equipment. And equipment has been really, really good for Lee Sin. Scout Lee Sin, literally straight out of my nightmares. Overwhelm key, overwhelm weapon. It's all just really, really good. And then yeah, Telstones, Cult Dispels, right. Is this enough? I don't know if it's enough, but it was necessary because of the powerful spells that have been getting released. So it's a start. It's a start. Warlord's Horde and Warlord's Palace go from 8 to 9. Long time coming. People have been asking for Akshan nerfs for a while now because also Akshan has always been powerful and cards getting revealed, cards getting released over time have all been buffing Akshan. So this was necessary. It's yeah, it's a pretty small nerf, but sometimes that's all it takes. Swain, yeah. So this is exactly what I was asking for. I was not sure about the overwhelm keyword on Swain, right? Because you don't want cards, especially in a region like Noxus, to be super self-sufficient. Why does Swain need overwhelm when Noxus is the region with overwhelm cards? If you want to play a Swain deck and you want to get that sweet extra payoff, you gotta play a card like Might. You gotta play a card like Great Hammer. So I wasn't sure about how self-sufficient cards were becoming. But with the -1 attack, it's going to be a little bit harder for Swain to actually get that damage over the top, and I think that's good. If you're going to give Swain something as powerful as Overwhelm, it shouldn't also come with a +1 attack buff. Nobody on turn 5, if you're playing like Turbo Swain with the Crusty Codger, with the Idol, nobody's going to be able to block a 5 attack fearsome unit on turn 5. That's ridiculous. So I'm happy to see this. It's fun. And here we go. Healing Potion and Homecoming to Gruesome Theater and Ritual of Renewal. This is actually what we're talking about. This is literally what we suggested. We said Healing Potion out, Ritual of Renewal in. They still keep a cheap spell. Gruesome Theater is the one that recalls a unit with, I believe, 3 or less health. Right? This is the health one. So this is big. This is a huge nerf. The problem is that power. Anyway, the problem with Telstones for Ionia was the Healing Potion. Very often you would play the Telstones and just get a Healing Potion, even if you didn't care at all about the healing, just to get that flow trigger, just to get that spell activation, and that was really, really powerful. So not only does this go from 2 burst speed, 1 cost spells, it goes from burst for 1 mana to fast speed for 2 mana. That's huge. Really, really happy. And I like that they still kept in some healing, the Ritual of Renewal, right? Big nerf. This is huge. This is the biggest nerf we've seen so far, and it's not close. Biggest nerf. Shim and Wind. Also, exactly what we thought was going to happen. From burst to focus. Great change. Absolutely necessary. I love this. This is more than enough. Having that burst speed blocker when it was necessary was so stupid. It's still powerful, but at least it's a little better to play around. Grant an ally +1/+1 rally to just rally. Is that what it says now? Wait, why does it say rally? Why does it say just rally here? Why does it say rally dot? The end. I wanted to say just rally. Dude, I would love that. 4 mana, just rally. I gotta make a custom card that says this. Just rally. Okay, yeah. So obviously, big nerf for Taric. You can't target Taric anymore, so Taric won't rally. Oh, it literally says it right here. Sorry, Taric. Yeah, so 4 mana, just rally. So I'm gonna guess that Golden Aegis goes to 5. Yeah, it was ridiculous how much better Golden Aegis was than the +1/+1. Because with a barrier, you're always gonna be able to attack with at least that 1 unit because it's a barrier. Golden Aegis was good enough to just stop an attack sometimes and then threaten an attack of your own. So this going to 5 cost makes a lot of sense. I think this is fair. And again, this also makes you able to give a little bit of power to the Masha elsewhere, which just makes a lot of sense to me. You don't want the Masha to just be the rally and big stat region. Give them something more that Lux does, like a unique archetype that's also flexible with a couple other cards. You could play Lux with Jace. You could play Lux with Heimerdinger, right? Both Piltover, sure. We've also seen Lux Aphelios. Lux Thresh is OG. So we need more stuff like that. Okay. Curse of the Tomb from 2 to 3. Yeah, exactly. Makes sense. It's been a powerful card. I think this is very much a preemptive nerf. With all the stuff that's getting nerfed right now, it makes sense that the Overwhelm archetype gets a small nerf because it would probably be extremely powerful. If Ionia Seraphine gets nerfed, the top dog of the meta, that means that Curse of the Tomb has even more chance of succeeding. So with that nerfed, this also needs to get a nerf, in my opinion. And I think that's fair. Can double it with Sarah too? True. Yeah, also can double it with Seraphine. Fair. I've seen some Akshan Seraphine being played by a couple of content creators. Refresh? All right. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, great change. Very good. Preemptive nerfs are necessary, and it shows how good the developers are at their job when it comes to patch notes. Very often we have a very broken meta like we just had, and those almost always happen when a new expansion gets released. And then when we get the balance update, we enter some of the best metas we've ever seen. So preemptive nerfs don't get enough credit because they're very often invisible. You're like, oh, right, Curse of the Tomb gets nerfed here. And if it didn't, it'd be super likely that we enter the meta where Freljord Shurima, Noxus Shurima would absolutely take over the meta. And with this small nerf, they're preventing that, most likely. We don't know. It's hard to predict, right? But I think the devs are good enough at their job to exactly know why this was necessary. So Curse of the Tomb and Swain, very much preemptive nerfs that I'm very happy to see. It shows how much they care about the game. It's very important. It's not just, oh, this is played a lot, let's nerf this. It's also, this could be played a lot after this patch notes. Okay, Saga Seeker from 1-2 to 1-1. Yeah, I was asking, where the hell are the Pantheon nerfs last time, right? Why is there no Pantheon in the patch preview? But Saga Seeker nerf is a Pantheon nerf, 100%. If it's harder to buff up the Saga Seeker, if it's harder to play around the Saga Seeker, that means Pantheon will level slower, so it is a Pantheon nerf, no matter how you look at it. Faded is a very carefully crafted package that you need to like enable as soon as possible so that Pantheon can come down to be a big threat to end the game. And Saga Seeker is often the one that gets the ball rolling. So yeah, happy to see this one as well. Ionian Hoop. What? Huh? What's happening here? Why is there a fish fight? Okay, the Ionian Hookmaster goes from 1-1 to 0-1. Huh? What? This is not the Ionian Hookmaster. I know she likes catching fish, but this is the wrong image, dude. All right. Good nerf as well. Yeah, a lot of people were calling for this, actually. I wasn't sure how I felt about a 0-1 unit. And I'm very sad. This is a nerf to Riven Victor. Riven Victor got nerfed with this. Ah, so sad, but it's probably fine. Like, you never really cared about the Hookmaster, right? So now, when you play the Hookmaster, and you get the Scout weapon, you have a 1-1 Scout. Yeah, all right, good luck with that. Well, Ionia's Finest Fisher has done a great job of enabling different equipment synergies. Her presence across Noxian and Ionian decks has officially gone too far. I'm not reading the rest after that. But Power the Great, create a Yordle, summon a Yordle. Wait. Create a Yordle, summon a Yordle, grant other allied Yordles, grant. What? All right, hold on. Play Manifest a Yordle? Wait, I don't. Huh? What does this mean? Create a Yordle, summon a Yordle, grant other allied Yordles, grant all Yordles. So this buffs itself? And it summons a Yordle? Now it summons a Yordle on play? This puts a Yordle on the field when you play it? Wait, that's broken. There's no way. When you play Power the Great, it puts a Yordle on the field with them? That's ridiculous. I don't understand this. There must be a mistake here. It doesn't even say summon a Yordle that costs 3 or less. What? The card says manifest, though, not summon. Yeah, but it's always done that, right? Or it was like play, create a random Yordle in hand or something. It did not manifest before, so summon a Yordle is wrong. Instead of creating a Yordle in hand, I think they mean manifest a Yordle with this. I think this is a typo. I think instead of summon, this should say manifest. Dude, what the hell? It would be like Gruff Grenadier, but better. Yeah, it says manifest on the card. So I'm going to assume that this means manifest a Yordle instead of just creating a random one. Yeah, that would be way too broken. I still don't think this is super good, right? So you get a choice instead of just getting a random card, instead of getting a random Yordle, and you still need to attack with it. You need to attack with a 3-mana 2/2 to give itself and other Yordles +1 attack. That doesn't seem super good. Yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't think that's super good. Okay. Swole Scout. 3 cost 2/2. When I'm summoned, grant me +1/+1 for each Yordle ally. Oh! That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. This used to be a 4 cost. Is this main deckable? I don't know if this is main deckable. When I'm summoned, grant me +1/+1 for each other ally you have. So if you have 2 Yordles, on turn 3, this is a 4/4. This is pretty good, honestly. This is not bad at all. We know that right now we're in a meta with a lot of equipment. We can get Overwhelm equipment. We can get Quick Attack equipment. Battle City also a region that can give Elusive. This is potentially quite strong. So at most, it says Other. So this can be a 7/7 at most. I think this has potential. This is going to be a good hit off of something that's manifested. I don't know if you can main deck this. This seems too inconsistent to main deck. Like, what if you're playing as Shadow Owls? This will always just be a 3-mana 2/2. But yeah, if you have 2 Yordles, this is premium already. Like, you can get a 3-mana 4/4. Yordles do often care about that. I just don't know what deck would use this, really. If the Masha Rally with Battle City was still a thing, I think this would be playable. Right now, I'm just not sure. Probably works with concurrent timelines. Yeah, but you're not going to have a lot of Yordles with timelines. And Yordle Newbie is now a 1-cost 0/2. When you summon another Yordle, give me +2/+0 this round. Ah, that seems terrible, though. What the hell? Wait, what? Like, a 1-mana 2/2 is not even good enough anymore. You need to do work to make this a 2/2. It doesn't count itself. It says when you summon... Like, this one says, grant me +1/+1 for each Yordle ally you have. Each other Yordle ally you have. And this one says when you summon another Yordle. And this just goes back to 0. This seems terrible. It can grow larger? Yeah, okay, cool. So you summon 2 Yordles. Fantastic. Now you have a 1-mana 4/2. What does that do in Battle City? I refuse to believe that a 1-mana 0/2 is playable. Even if you have to summon another Yordle for it. Out of the way? Okay, yeah, sure. You can go out of the way. No, this is terrible. This does not seem like a good card. Shatter from 2 mana to 1 mana. Yeah, it's only this round. The fact it's only this round is pretty bad. Okay, Shatter. 1 mana Shatter. Deal 4 to enemy faster. 1 mana might honestly be good. Dude, that's Flock. But worse. Could you imagine this at fast speed? You freeze something at burst speed, and then you shatter it at fast speed? I mean, for Freljord, this kind of has to be slow, right? If this was fast, if Freljord get fast speed removal like this, it would be broken. I think it's okay, though. I don't think this is as bad as it seems. Dealing 4 for 1 mana? Yeah, I think this is good. But slow speed has always been kind of something that holds a lot of cards back. Ash Senna? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's not a good deck. At all. But this is potential. I would actually consider playing this. Pretty good, but Freljord isn't a removal region? Yeah, that's true. So that's actually why it might be good. Freljord isn't a removal region, and now they get something that looks like pretty good removal. I have a feeling that if we get the Darken for Freljord, and suddenly Unforgiving Cold becomes like an even better card, and Ash has been getting buffed over and over and over, Shatter might honestly find a home somewhere. It's just, man, drawing cards in Freljord sucks though, right? I don't know. It's hard to say. Flash, Freeze plus Shatter, 2 cards, 4 mana for Frostbite and 4 damage. Yeah, that feels bad because usually you want to use these type of cards on like the engines, and there's no reason to Frostbite an engine. But, you know, we've been saying that about stunning something too. It's like, oh, okay, listen, Jed, how often have you gotten your whatever, your Jhin, your Ziggs removed by it getting stunned by a Arachnoid Sentry and then a Flock? Right? Before you could even get value. Use Shaman. Oh, with Shaman, this is crazy. Rhyme-Toss Shaman with this is actually very good. If Shaman is playable, it makes Shatter very, very good. Yeah, that's a good point. I like this card. I don't know why. I can't really see it played in a lot of Freljord decks right now, but this is the kind of card that would make you experiment with other options. And it has potential. It does. I think this is good. I think this is pretty good. If Rhyme-Toss Shaman can find a home, Shatter absolutely will find a home too. Rhyme-Fang Wolf from 3/2 to 2/3. Yeah, we were all guessing a 1 health buff. Not sure if really taking away 1 power was necessary because it still seems like, pretty bad. But health obviously matters a lot more in this card than anything else. It's still going to do the same thing. It's still going to kill Brahms. It's still going to kill Yordle newbies, even though, that doesn't really matter because it has 2 power anyway. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. This has potential. Like, Shatter and Rhymefang Wolf in a deck that can play Rhymetusk Shaman is insane. It now dives to Quietus, right? Yeah, these buffs matter if Rhymetusk Shaman is good, I think. Rhymetusk Shaman needs to be good. Troll Scavenger, yep. Yeah, that's Troll Scavenger right there, all right? I've seen Troll Scavenger in game, and that's what he looks like from 1-3 to 0-4. It gets +3 attack, right? Refresh? Why? Klebboy, I don't get. Why do I need to refresh? We're all looking at the same thing here. We're all looking at Troll Scavenger. It'll fix it. All right, fine. There it is. +3. So this becomes a 2-mana 3-4. Yeah, I think that's better than what it was before. 3-4 is better than 4-3, especially for the Troll archetype. Yeah, I mean, it's still the same issue, right? The issue with the Troll archetype has always been, what 8+ cost card do you play? It's been super awkward. Like, you have all those cards before turn 5 that want to see an 8+ cost card, and then Trundle is the one on turn 5 that gives the pillar. A 3-4 on 2 is scary. Yeah, I think it is scary because it wants to be played in mid-range, right? As a 4-3, it'd be more like a card that wants to hit phase, whereas a 3-4 can just take 2 trades instead of 1, most likely. I could see it. I'm willing to experiment with it. Okay, Chad. Day 1, what if we play Shatter, Rhymefang Wolf, Shaman, Troll Scavenger, and we'll find a way to make it work. It has to be in Ramp? Yeah, I guess so. Ramp getting a 3-4 early game. Yeah, when you say that. Ramp getting a 3-4 early game might actually be kind of scary. That's like really good at holding off aggro. No, you're right. I can actually see that. A 3-4 early game. Wow. No, that is a big buff. That makes a big difference because you're, like I said, you're literally turning it from like something that's more aggressively statted that wants to hit phase, which aggro or which ramp just does not care about, and you turn it into a 3-4, which is instead of taking 1 trade and hoping you get hit phase, it turns into a card that just wants to take 2 trades. It's good, actually. Yeah, a lot of potential here. And this goes from 5 to 6 damage. I honestly, every time I get the Hex Splitterator, I'm like, why the hell does this only do 5 damage? So, yeah, good little change. Buff for the absolute biggest scumbag in all of Runeterra, Reggie. Reggie's going to be happy with this. It kills Scion now. Oh god, why? Oh no, poor Scion. Scion hasn't received any love for so long. Now there's another card that kills him. It's good. It's a big deal going from 5 to 6. Also heals. Okay, I want to talk about this, chat. This is literally what I said, right? People are saying, oh, it goes to fast speed. Oh, it goes to 6 mana. I was telling you guys over and over again, they're not going to do either of those things. They're going to give it an additional effect. And here it is. Additional effect. Oh my god. Great Dragoor, thank you for gifting 5 subs. Yeah, no, I called it. Additional effect on the Celestial Impact. It's the only thing that made sense. If they make it fast, you're literally breaking Targon as a region. If you make it 6 mana, it's just worse. It's a main deckable card of the Invoke card, which makes it worse. So yeah, it's still bad. But hey, healing your Nexus 3, sometimes that matters. Speaking of Targon, to the stars, Narwhal, thank you for the 2 months.
Star Guardian here.
Rotomai, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. All right, Ravenbloom Conservatory. Also, hey, you know what? My crystal ball was on point from 12 to 11. I literally called all of these. Star Guardian here. Nice. Yeah, I like this. I think Ravenbloom Conservatory, while not my playstyle at all, is such a fun card to play with. One of the better designed cards in the game. Super fun. Super fun build around.
Hi.
Koiko, thank you for the 3 months. Pink Rose, thank you for the 3 months. You have excellent taste.
Being awesome, Snnuy.
Thank you so much.
Lady Luck is
And Desert Fox, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it, guys. A lot. Thank you. Yeah, hype patch so far. How many more chains do we have? Lord Broadmane gets +1/+1. I want this card to be good as well. Any card that is this good at removing stuff is going to be frustrating, though. Like, can you imagine having your big dude, your Aurelian Soul, die to this? Stupid Lord Broadmane killing Galactic Space Dragon. It would feel bad, but it's a sweet card. It has cool voice lines and a pretty sweet effect for 6 mana, but I don't think it's good enough. Yeah. Survives Quietus, exactly. That's the real buff here. It now survives Quietus. Yeah, probably not good enough, but it's a cute little card. I don't want Broadbane to be good. See, I don't want Broadbane to be good for the effect, but look at this guy. Look at his face. Look how charismatic he is. Look at the voice lines, or listen to the voice lines. It's a cute little card, but the effect is kind of frustrating. Yeah, I agree. All right. Satan. Is this a revert? We feel like Satan is a healthy option for Iona decks, and its nerf in patch 3.16 harder than we had hoped. It turns out that the extra tails were really important. With other Ionia nerfs in this patch, we have decided to revert this change. When asked for comment, Riot I Am Walrus said, my bad. No, Riot I Am Walrus. No, not your bad. You did the right thing. Riot I Am Walrus, I'm telling you right here. From the Netherlands, you did a good job. Not your bad. You did good. What is this? Now it's your bad. Reverting this? Now you're responsible. This is on you now. Man. All right, whatever. Sure. I think this card is not the most frustrating card to play against from Ionia. So I'd rather play against a Sign-In than against a Deny or a Homecoming from the Telstones or a Healthpot from the Telstones or Seraphine Ionia or Will of Ionia, Concussive Palm, Nopify, Ari, any Elusive, Lulu, Zed. All right, I can go on. Yeah, you know. Okay, this is the spicy change that we're talking about. Now a 2-cost 2/2, play grant an ally in... That is good. That is the biggest buff we've seen so far. This is huge. This is actually insane. Wow, I love this card. That is very spicy. That is actually insane. Yeah, this is a huge buff for Renekton. For Rumble, oh my god, this is huge. With the nerf to the Master's rally cards, we want to make sure the region still maintains its appeal. We are buffing Duelists to give a little back by leaning into some of the Master's other strengths, and we'll be keeping an eye on the region's health over time. Why did they have to give the effect to like the most arrogant bastard in all of the Master? Have you heard this guy's voice lines? I don't think I like the voice lines on this guy very much. I don't think I like his smug voice either, or his smug look on his face. And now we're gonna see it in every single Demacia deck. Yeah, with dragons, this is insane. This is really, I love this change. I actually adore this change. Don't like the Lauren Duelist. He doesn't seem like a swell guy. He seems like kind of a jerk. But yeah. Very good. See, this is the kind of stuff we need for this is the kind of spicy stuff. This is what will shake up the region instead of just being the rally region. I love this. I hope we get more of this. But give it to like a card that's actually like, you know, a cool guy. A handsome fella. A cute girl. I don't know. Not this. Not this smug bastard. Cool. Very cool change. Iba Rose. We have Quiet a Survivor in Lord Broadmaid, and now we have Hush Survivor. Iba Rose will no longer straight up die to a silence. Beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. Sure. This really doesn't matter. It's pretty funny though. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. No. It goes from 6 cost 6/6 to 5 cost 5/5, but they had to give it on summon. I wanted it. I wanted this to be a 5 cost. The 5 cost slot is not really used in this archetype except for Magus. So making this a 5 cost made a lot of sense, but it still doesn't give the inspection pass in hand on summon. So I don't know how much this matter. I like this card though. I've experimented with this card a lot. I really liked it in the Xerath decks or the Ziggs Zillion decks. But yeah. Talia? No, okay. I mean, sure. But that's not really the kind of deck that plays for destroying landmarks all the time. I mean, that's an entirely different deck, chat. I'm talking about the Xerath. You always have 2 different type of landmark decks. You have the Ziggs Talia, that's like combo finish with Overwhelm and a little bit of extra burn from Ziggs. And then you have the Xerath Zillion kind of cards. So this makes a lot of sense for Xerath and Zillion. That deck cares a lot more about, you know, dealing actual burst in the form of spells to the Nexus and using that as removal. Whereas Ziggs and Talia are very much a combat deck. At least Inspector into 6-mana landmark isn't awkward. No, yeah, true, actually. I don't think that makes it playable, but it is cute. I don't think it's good. It needs to have it on summon. I wonder if they thought that was too powerful or something. It's a nice buff. And the voice lines are amazing on this card, yes. Some of the best voice lines in the game. Very cool. Whoa. From 4/2 to 3/3. That is a buff. No matter how you look at it, it is absolutely a buff. But it's not what I expected. I thought it was going to go back to 4/3. Man, I don't think people are going to be very happy with this. Yeah, this is playing it very safe. Again, I think that Slay decks are very healthy for the game if they don't just beat you down on like turn 3 with Jack Butcher, Escaped Abomination, and the Blighted Caretaker. So I mean, yeah, no, I don't want that back. But the other variations that are a little bit slower with like Undying, those versions of Slay have been very cool. It's a fine change. I don't mind this personally, but I'm not a big Slay player. So yeah. Survives Mystic Shot, exactly.
Luck is smiling.
Lancelot, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. All right, we got a couple more. Bone Club for the people that enjoy being in the Bone Zone. This is now 5-5. We still need to play that Bone Zone deck. Starbone, Bone Club, Bone Scryer. It is a buff to the Bone deck. Bone Club just got bigger. Yeah. Bone Club, Big Club. Me makes club bigger. Bigger club hit, hurt more, good. Editor's note. ... Yeah, it's still not good. A 5-mana equipment is just not very good. It's just too expensive. But sure. A buff to the Bone Zone. All right. Shadowblade Fanatic goes from 3-2 to 3-3. This is honestly pretty good. A 3-mana 3-3 with Quick Attack, that's Draven. And we all know how good Draven was. This is now a card that is a 3-3 with Quick Attack that gives a card in hand if you've equipped. You need to equip for it. That is a bit of a condition, a bit of a downside. But very often in the decks you're going to be playing the Shadowblade Fanatic, that will have happened. This is now a better Draven. Very often. So the fact that Riot is willing to buff an Ionian card from 3-2 Quick Attack to 3-3 Quick Attack before a Noxus 3-2 Quick Attack to 3-3 Quick Attack kind of upsets me. It makes me a little bit angry. Favoritism at Riot. Come on, why are we buffing the Ionia card before Noxus? Huh? Draven is a lot better. I mean, yeah, Axe has better uses, right? In a deck you want to play Draven, Axe is often better. Also, Noxus is the region with discard synergy. So, yeah. Yeah, cool change. I really hope that Kayn becomes playable out of the Dark King with a Cultist package most of all. We did see a buff to Varus. Hopefully these changes make a difference for Kayn, but I kind of doubt it. I think this is playable though. I think it's pretty good. Wrathful Rider. Are you serious? From 7-3 to 8-3? Turn 5 Ornn level? Oh yeah, it's for Ornn decks, right? What is this, dude? Yeah, still unplayable. Nobody's gonna play this. The 1 attack really is not what held this card back. It was the 3 health. Why would they even bother with this, dude? This is so pointless. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. Gorlit from 0-10 to 0-12. Still pretty unplayable, but there it is. It's a bigger heal for your Nexus. Cool, very cool. Don't think it'll matter. Don't think it'll matter at all, but it is cool. Yeah, still dies to Quietus. Did not survive the Quietus test. I want to make some Gorlit decks, but they're not going to be any better because of this buffs. So that should really say enough. And Dusk Rider from 5 mana 3-5 to 4 mana 3-4. That's actually pretty good. I actually don't know if you want to play this still. Yeah, it's a buff to Unspeakable Horror. I would actually consider this. There are some really cute synergies you have with Dusk Rider. You have Atrocity, right? Atrocity used to be a thing with Dusk Rider. You unto Dusk, your Dusk Rider, it doubles the attack you got again. You Atrocity, and you're literally attacking for like 15 damage. You also have Sickness, so making this elusive for something that's a little cheaper is also a bit better. Like, you have to realize that Nightfall is a really, really intricate deck. The manas are so important in the deck because you want to activate Nightfall all the time. So a -1 mana on a unit that can potentially do a lot of damage, potentially end games, is pretty big. So I think it's good, but I really don't think it's going to make the deck playable or better because it's still just some stats with a fearsome keywords, which has never actually been enough to, kill anyone. Curves into Nocturne. Nocturne and Dusk Rider are different enough attack or different enough units that having the same mana cost doesn't really matter. Like, sure, it competes with Nocturne at the 4 mana slot, but you don't really care. This is just a buff. Having this at 4 mana is really important. Yeah, cute. I would experiment with it. I like it, but nothing deck or game breaking. They actually did it. This is really huge. This is actually kind of insane. This now curves into Talia. This will most likely become a meta deck. We were playing the Talia Reaver's Row deck, And it was low-key really, really good. This will literally become the next Thralls. Oh my god. This will actually become the new Thrall deck. Literally. And it's going to be even more degenerate. What the hell? I think this is too much. I'm very worried about this. I hope I'm wrong, but this seems too strong. 1 cost units is better than 8 cost. You don't realize, Phoenix. This can be printed with Rite of Passage. Talia's gonna double this. It's not just gonna be like, oh, I'm doubling 1 Thrall. You're literally every time you get 2 1 costs that get buffed by +2/+1 and they get fearsome. This is really, really hard to deal with. You have to imagine you're playing against a deck that plays this on turn 4. On turn 5, you play Talia. You play the Imagined Possibilities, and you have 4 1 cost plus a Talia on board. And then you're gonna keep printing the Grievous Row with Rite of Passage. Unearned passage value, yeah, finally, unearned passage is gonna be meta. We've said that like the last 10 times as well, and it never happened, but maybe this time, huh? Interesting. Von Yip buff? No, this is a buff to Shurima. Shurima Talia is very good with this. It's the only thing it's playable in. Run Taskmaster in it, you really don't need to. This is a combo deck. This is a card that just combos and kills you in 1 turn. Bit worrying. All right. Wait, what? +1/+1 now granted to allies everywhere? Excuse me? Wait, what? Everywhere? Everywhere? Your entire deck? Oh my god. Wait, that's actually such a huge buff. What the hell? Is this good? Is this actually good? Wait. New Iceborne? That, I want to say that this is now insane because it's a huge buff, but is this good? Do you actually want to play this now? Fan Club President buff? Okay, that deck doesn't play a lot of units. Thank God. Insta Bard level? Is that how that works? Pass, play turn 3. Yeah, and then you hope it just kills a bunch of stuff with that 1 damage. It's everywhere. So even in your hands, that is what matters here. So the thing with stuff like Gift of the Heartblood and the Avrosen Heartguard is that it buffs your deck. This buffs your board, hand, and deck. And that is a big deal. Yeah, we might have to play some Spirits Unleashed Printer. Spirits Unleashed everywhere. Just +5/+5 buffs. Is this good? I don't know. I honestly think it has potential. I don't want to say, oh, this is like super playable. This is going to be meta. But I'm not sure. It's Champs. Oh, no, it's everything. It's the main card too. I'm down to try it. All right. Create a copy. Whoa. The first time I'm equipped, create a 4-cost copy in hand. Granted, oh, I have to sneeze. Excuse me, chat. I had to sneeze. Okay. Create a copy now costs 4. So this will actually make me want to play with this card because getting an 8-mana card that you have to equip to get value is way too much to actually justify getting another 8 cost. Because then you have to play that and you have to do the whole process all over again. Sure, you have that weapon that you can keep re-equipping, but there's a lot of weapon destruction in the meta. But if I get a 4-mana 8/8, that's pretty good. A 4-mana 8/8. Yeah, you could play, yeah, literally. If you play this on turn 8, and then on turn 9 you play the first 4 cost, and then that creates another 4 cost, you have 3 8/8s. Yeah, it's going to be more than 8/8, that's true. Oh, right, granted the equipment stats. Wait, you're right. I completely forgot about that second part. Yeah, I really think this is cute. I want to play around with this card. I love this card. It looks really cool. So now that you get a 4-mana 8/8, yeah, that's all right. Killer timelines. Yes, Robomaster. You're the best timeline player in the world. So every time I try it, I just feel incompetent. Now, I want to play some Ornn with this card. How cool is that? But yeah, timelines. Timelines love this card. Cool. No self-damage. Wait, this is just a 1-mana +2/+0. Interesting. 1-mana +2/+0. I think this card is better than it gets credit for. But honestly, the downside never really mattered. So I'm just not really sure if you want to use this card in ways that you didn't want to use it before, because the functionality doesn't change at all. Literally nothing about it changes, right? The only time with this card that you have to think about is like, or that you had to think about is, oh no, I'm at 1 health. Oh no, I'm at 5 health, and I don't want to go in decimate range, and I don't want to kill myself. that's no longer a thing. But yeah, again, this doesn't really matter, I think. Okay. The Ancient was struggling to find any paths into the back row, so want to give recall decks a way to really feel like they're cheating him into play. Cost 2 less for each unit recall this round. Okay, that's a lot better. This could be a 0 mana 4/3. How often? Okay, so when you play Homecoming, this will always be 0 mana. That's pretty interesting. Homecoming will always make the 0. I think this is like fair, but having a vanilla 4/3, even if it's free, unless you could cheat this out super early, it won't really matter. So I'm not sure. Monkey discounts it, but it's this round. So, okay. So you summon Vestayan Disciple on 1, you attack with it, it gets recalled to your hand, and then on turn 2, this will be a 4/3. That was already the case, though. So, double Mourned, turn 2, 4/3, sure. But then you've already attacked with the Mourned. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't think this deck's going to be any better. I don't think this is going to be playable in those decks. Yeah, if you have 2 or 3 of them, sure. If you can just summon like 3 of them, then maybe. But Okay. Can now hit champions after you've evolved. Do 1 to follower. If you've evolved, deal 3 to a unit instead. Oh, cool. I was expecting this. Probably still bad. The thing with this card is just it doesn't want to be played in evolved decks. Evolved decks are good because the units get +2/+2. It doesn't really do anything with the spells. This doesn't change anything. The decks that evolve just don't want to play this. Keeper's Verdict to Electro Harpoon. Oh, interesting. That's honestly really, really good. Simply because Bandle Tailstones will now have access to burn damage. Like, it's not like Electro Harpoon is crazy, right? But the fact that you get a card that can deal 2 and deal 2 to the Nexus might actually be really good. Electro Harpoon is the card that discards a card to deal 2 to a unit and deal 2 to the Nexus. The discarding doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here is if you really need to do that 2 damage to a minion, or if you want to burn damage. And the fact that this allows you to get burn damage that is flexible, because sometimes you can get that Heroic Refrain or that Yordle Contraption, which is also just like landmark removal on a Tailstone, is pretty good. I think this is a bigger buff that we give credit for. This is also the card that's manifestable from Conchologist. So yeah, you get an extra hoop you can jump through to eventually get that burn damage from Conch you need to end the game. Good card, good card. Oh, no way. Wait, are we? Oh. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm going to open all of these and then we're going to go through them. Wait, alternate art. What the hell is alternate art? Teemo? They finally got a Teemo skin! Wait, no way. They gave a Teemo skin? Okay, Ari. This is Ari. Ari level 1. Ari level 2. Looks good, looks good. I don't like Ari very much, but it's a good skin. And what? Is this Evelyn? Wait, is this Evelyn? Okay. That is going straight into my Evelyn folder, guys. Those Evelyn voice lines, they're not just going to be MP3 files. Yes. Oh my god. Wait, this is really good. And this is Kindred. Dude, they're finally giving skins to some champions that don't have them yet. That's so cool. All right. Yeah, great skin here too. Awesome skin. And this was... Wait, is this... Wait, who was this? Is this Yi? Yeah, it's Yi. So this is a Yi skin. I like it. Cool. I wish Yi was a little better. Ionian champ and all, but he was like the fair part of the flow package. Seraphine broke and abused it, and Mastery was just sitting on the sideline watching it like, what are you guys doing over there? Can I play too? Oh, wait, no, I can't. I still suck after my buff. Okay. Yeah, this is a really... I mean, can you really beat the classic Mastery art in this game? They already gave him a new look. I don't think he really needs this, but yeah. All right, Teemo skin is actually huge. The fact Teemo finally got a skin after being in the game for so long is huge. Everybody's gonna buy this. I love this too. It looks really good. And there's Yasuo. Everybody's gonna buy this. Team had a skin. Yeah, it's the classic skin. But come on, dude, I'm buying these day one. I need to refresh. Edder's note. Hosted Evelyn Jenner will also. No way. Wait. 10 new skins for the husks? Wow, wait. They're going above and beyond. Wait, that is insane. Oh, wow. That's really surprising to me. They really need to make it so that Eve's followers also summon these husks. Like, what's stopping them from just making skins for these followers as well? If you're already doing this, give a skin to Solter and Steam and Vora and stuff too. Wow. Yeah, so chat, we're going to be playing a lot of Evelyn. We're going to be playing a lot of Evelyn now. All right. Oh yeah, and these are the updated champion skins. Yeah, we saw this. In one of the videos, we already had a leveled up Echo with the new level up animation. Yone, yeah, this is actually Yone, and they just, for some reason, said it was Master Yi. It's really strange. It's really weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, chat. Evelyn gameplay coming right up. So, yeah, those were the patch notes for 3.19 in about, I want to say, let's see my calendar here, in about 4 weeks from now, in 4 fast weeks, we're gonna have the new expansion, the Darkened Finale. Star Guardian here, Bromex, thank you for the Prime sub. In 4 weeks, we're gonna have the new expansion, so this will be the patch we're gonna be playing on, and there are a lot of changes, and I think a lot of them have a lot of potential. So here's to hoping that Vayne, with the Rally nerf, with the Tumble nerf, will actually not see as much play. Let's hope that Seraphine, with the Fan Club nerf too, will take a big enough hit so that we don't have random bullshit that we have to play around for 20 minutes and then lose anyway to an Ezreal that one-shots your Nexus. That is all that I am hoping for. I'm excited. Lot of good changes, and by far the scariest one. Let's go down one more time to that landmark right here. This, I am scared. Let's see if this actually makes the impact that I expect it will make. And if not, just let me know in the comments what you think of this patch.